Pep Guardiola's free-scoring Manchester City took a huge step towards the Champions League knockout stages as they edged to a thrilling 2-1 win over Group F rivals Napoli. City have cruised to the top of the Premier League, netting 29 goals in 8 league games this term, and any claims that Serie A's own informed leaders could halt the hosts' fine run look to have been put to bed inside the opening quarter of an hour at the Etihad Stadium. Guardiola had predicted a fascinating contest and that it was, but poor Napoli initially had no answer to City's rampant attacking play as Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus scored early on. Maurizio Sarri ignored his president's calls to rescue men for this match, with second placed into visiting the San Paolo this weekend, but Dries Mertens' first notable contribution was to see a penalty saved. However, as City stepped off the gas after the break, Napoli hit their stride and a second spot kick from Amadou Diawara was converted to set up a dramatic finish. The visitors could not then force an equaliser, but their second-half dominance will have given Guardiola food for thought as his side move on to 9 points. The Etihad crowd certainly felt their nerves jangling in the closing stages. City have never played out a goalless draw in a group game in this competition, and it quickly became clear that Guardiola's unchanged side would maintain that entertaining record in a stunning display. Sterling swept to finish beyond the wrong-footed Pepe Reina for his 8th of the season after Kyle Walker's close-range shot was blocked, with a second goal following just 4 minutes later through Jesus, who converted from Kevin De Bruyne's low, sweeping centre. Having won each of their previous 3 home league games by a margin of 5, City's momentum did not slow. Sterling delayed his pass as the relentless hosts broke in numbers after a rare Napoli foray, but Leroy Sane had the patience and awareness to then pick out De Bruyne on the edge of the area for a thunderous drive that rattled the underside of the crossbar. Goal line technology confirmed that the Belgians' effort had not crossed the line, and referee Antonio Mateu Lahoz was again checking his watch when Reina and Kalidou Koulibaly combined to scramble Jesus' strike away from the goalmouth. Napoli looked to have been handed a route back into the game towards the end of the first half, but when Walker dragged Raul Albiol down, Ederson blocked Mertens' penalty and Fernandinho hacked clear. The visitors momentarily gained a foothold in the tie, despite the miss, but only a vital Reina block kept Jesus from further extending City's lead. Napoli have faced 10 shots in a Champions League first half only 5 times, 3 of them against Manchester City. Shock. São Paulo at São Paulo, October 17, 2017. Although Napoli kicked on after the restart, forcing the home side back, chances for Sarri's men were initially few and far between, and they were dealt a blow just before the hour mark as Lorenzo Insigne hobbled off. City were seemingly caught out by their opponent's vast improvement, though, and Marek Hamsik looked destined to equal Diego Maradona's all-time Napoli scoring record when Mertens squared to his captain with Ederson grounded only for John Stones to make a brilliant diving block. But the visitors did not have to wait much longer for their goal. Fernandinho's foul on Fauzi Ghoulam resulted in a second spot kick, and Diawara took on the responsibility, finally ending a run of 6 consecutive Champions League penalty saves from City goalkeepers. Jesus thought he had restored the 12-goal lead but strayed offside from De Bruyne's pass before the midfielder tested Reina with a free kick and Mertens dragged wide at the other end. City saw out the victory, but they know they must head to the San Paolo in a fortnight. That prospect will feel rather more daunting now than it did at half-time, even if they need only a point in Italy to secure the progression. Key Opta stats in all competitions. Manchester City have now recorded 10 consecutive victories, equaling their previous best run under Pep Guardiola, 10 wins at the start of 201,617. Manchester City have won their opening 3 games of a European tournament for the first time since 200,809 in the UEFA Cup. However, this is the first time they have achieved it in the Champions League. The Citizens have also won 3 consecutive home games in the Champions League for the first time, and are now unbeaten in the last 11 overall. W8D3, Gabriel Jesus has been directly involved in 21 goals in 20 starts in all competitions for Manchester City, 15 goals, 6 assists. Raheem Sterling has already scored 8 goals in 11 appearances for Manchester City this season, 2 fewer than he did in 47 appearances last term. 10. Manchester City goalkeepers have saved 6 of the last 7 penalties that they have faced in the Champions League, 3 by Joe Hart, 2 by Willy Caballero and 1 by Ederson. Manchester City's starting 11 tonight was their youngest in the Champions League under Pep Guardiola, 26 by 73D, and their youngest in the competition overall since October 2012, 25 by 309 DV Borussia Dortmund.